Hi, Justine here with Bible Journaling Ministries creative team, and today I'm going to show you a technique that you can use with Model Magic Clay as we journal through James 5:7. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. As we get started, I am going to go over the supplies that I've used for my project and for the technique that we're going to be using. Here I have the printables for James 5:7 that you can find in the Bible Journaling Ministries store, which is at biblejournalingministries.com/store. And these are really awesome colors, nice muted colors for the fall that Tracy has given us. So you'll just pick a couple of those out, whatever you want. A mat, a non-stick plastic mat. Of course, we have our magic mold clay here. I bought the white and this really cool green that matches perfectly with Tracy's printable. You're going to use acrylic blocks with a stamp, and the stamp, let me pull this back here, you want to match something to the printable, like a foliage, or I have here some leaves, and I have a pumpkin here. We're going to match that up, and some metallic 24 karat gold metallic paint, white glue. That's basically what you need for the technique, but for my page that I'll be working with, I'm using a yellow and a sand color paint, some stickles, and the printables. So let me get you started. Just pinch some of the green clay, and I have sparkles all over me. So the really cool thing is with the acrylic, we're just gonna flatten out the clay by using the acrylic block. And you want it pretty flat because you want to fit it in your Bible. Okay, then you'll just turn it over, and wherever you want to put your stamp, you just stamp it into your clay. I can get 2 out of this, and you want to use, look how cool that is. So you want to use different parts of it, like here is some of the ones that I've done. I started out doing it this way, and then I decided to go ahead and cut around the leaf, but you don't have to do that. You can actually leave it this way. This is up to you, whatever you want to do. Here's my pumpkin. I'll do another one for you, but so I just cut a piece of the, or stamped a piece of the vine. There's no limit to what you can do. So this is actually a air drying clay. So just let it dry, and then you'll be able to brush it. Let me do another one because this is fun. I'll do one more. So it's just roll it in a little ball and take your block, your acrylic block, press it down to about 1/8 of an inch. And then impress your stamp. You don't want to go all the way through, but you want to get it indented enough. If it starts to stick, just gently pull it off. Maybe I didn't need to go that far into it. Kind of just depends what you want to do. So you can go ahead and use your scissors and just cut around the leaf, depending if you want edges or not. It's up to you. If you want the stem, just have some fun and play with it. as we let it dry. Put my extras back. And then I'll just show you real quick the pumpkin. Same thing. Grabbing some of the white. I think I grabbed too much. In my little ball. Pressing it down. This is really cool because you can actually see that it's going to stamp. I don't have to actually go any bigger if I didn't want to. About 1/8 of an inch. I feel like I'm making cookies. And that actually you can use a cookie cutter. There's no reason why you can't. If you didn't want to use stamps and you just wanted to use a cookie cutter, because you can paint these after they dry. So you can have a lot of fun. Uh-oh. This guy didn't like it that much. Here we go. It's a different stamp too. This is a deeper stamp than this one. So that might have something to do with it. But there's my pumpkin. And I chose to just cut off all the extras that I just wanted the pumpkin part. Maybe this white clay is a little different. It feels a little wetter. But you get the idea. Just cut around it. It's very easy to cut. Make my stem. Here we go. Oops. Set that aside. So I let mine dry overnight. It probably just takes a couple hours, but so this is one that I cut out. And what I'm going to do is dry brush it with some gold metallic paint. Now dry brushing means that you don't want a lot of excuse me, you don't want a lot of paint on your brush, so you kind of just wipe some off. And I'm just going to gently go over with a light touch. You can do depending on how you want it. I like it better with just a little bit of the gold on it, not so harsh. I like it just giving it a hint of the gold. Here again. And I'm kind of going just along the top of the imprint. I've been seeing these colors a lot this fall, and I really like them. Let's see what else we got here. I have a leaf. You can, if you decide after that you want to cut the mold down a little bit more, you can do that. But see, there's a heavier. Now this is not about being exactly perfect, because it's just, you know, a interpretation of your leaves, so you don't have to worry about being so perfect. Just to give a little extra something to your Bible. And the good thing is they're very thin and pliable. There we go. So you get the idea here. Let's do one more little one. I love painting. The key is that you want to have a good time. You want to have fun. You want to spend time with the Lord. You want to be obedient. And then also the pumpkin, I did basically the same thing. I went over it. I just dry brushed it with some of the gold. And I tried doing outlining it with a black marker in there, but I didn't like that. But that is an idea if you wanted to do it. I just didn't like the way it looked in the Bible, and you'll see. So that's just a different way that you can do it. So I just wanted to show you again the sample page I made in my illustrating Bible. So this particular Bible is a bigger Bible for sure, and it is made for journaling. It has a bigger column. Sometimes I do choose to go over into my whole page. But the one that we're going to do today, or I'm going to do with you, I'm using my interleaved Bible, and this one has pages in between it that you can use a full page without getting anything on your words at all. And it's a full page here that you can use. So when you're doing journaling in your Bible, you have a choice. You can use gesso to cover your page to help protect the other opposite side of the page from bleeding. Maybe 1 to 3 coats depending on what works for you. I typically don't do that. I'm just okay with keeping it plain. So turning to James 5:7, which reads, let's see what it says in my thing. Be patient, therefore, brothers, until the coming of the Lord. See how the farmer waits for the precious fruit of the earth, being patient about it until it receives the early and the late rains. Isn't that so true? Sometimes we just need to be patient, but it's so hard to be patient. You know, we want everything to come right away. But have you ever noticed that through your patience and obedience and waiting, how really honestly awesome things happen as we wait and we learn? And that's just God's way. There's no getting around it. I tell my kids, there is no getting around it, no matter what. That's life. Nobody said that life was going to be perfect or easy. That may be in heaven. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of my yellow. Actually, I'm going to put some of my yellow on the page. Just a little bit. This is the famous credit card swipe that I like to use. It's fun to do. And let me put this down there. Okay. So see, my Bible it's really thick on this side and not much on this side. So what I can do is, if I wanted to put a book or something underneath it to help it to be stable, I can do that. And the swipe technique is just taking your credit card. You can go up and down. You can go left and right. Just different ways to wipe the paint onto your page. And my idea was just to get some fall color in there. Just going to do a tiny bit more of the brown to kind of go with the colors of the printable. And I'm using the printable James 5:7 that you can get, the printable kit that you can get from the store, the Bible journaling store. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and heat this up just a little bit so that acrylic usually dries pretty fast. Especially doing this technique because it's pretty thin, a thin layer you're putting on, you're not really putting a thick layer. And the really cool thing about using this is, like, I have this whole page to go ahead and have fun and do art, write notes, whatever I want to do. But today I'm going to go ahead, I cut out my pieces that I want to use. and I'm going to place them on. I'm using just the white glue. I like to use wet glue. I just feel that it holds the paper better than tape or glue stick, but you can for sure use a glue stick. And there's the verse that's been given, and I'm actually basing this on like a little pumpkin patch because being that it's the fall time of the year, and we got pumpkins, and just thinking about the farmers and how they're patient through their works. So when you print out the printable, you can print more than one page. So if you want to get like maybe 2 or 3 of these, you can print them out, which is really cool. So I'm going to lay the leaves down first. And you can design this before you glue it on, like kind of put a placement out. Sometimes I just like to go for it and design as I'm going. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Model Magic Model clay that we prepared earlier down. And again, you could put a book under here if that helps you to keep it stabilized for you. So I'm using 2 of these. And the really cool thing is you can just use this technique with really anything. I'm going to have to do some crafting with it. And you don't have to use one type of foliage. That's the one that I had, so I used that one. And of course, all the time that I'm doing this, thinking about the verse, thinking about being obedient and waiting on the Lord, His timing, whatever He chooses. So again, I'm going to do like a little bit of a pumpkin patch, and I'm going to add some sunflowers because I do like the sunflowers. I also clipped out some of this foliage, so we can add that to it. Maybe I'll just place my pumpkins around. Actually, I'm going to use the bigger orange to kind of cover up that area a bit. And then I'll add the blue. And then, of course, I have my white pumpkin. Actually, that one I'll probably put there. All right, let's do that. I'm going to put my white pumpkin there. Let me clean this up a little bit. Okay, put that down. And just have fun. Be creative. As always, we love to see your work that you do. So if you want to go ahead and put that on the Bible journaling page, that would be awesome. Now, I just want to say something here, though. I'm actually doubled up here, so this is going to be a little bit thicker. So if you don't want it to be thick, then just keep it one single layer. And then just go ahead and place around all your different, well, I don't mean place. You do need to glue it on. The car, maybe there, or the truck, maybe there or here. I love the truck, all the different things they do with the truck. This little border here to remind me of the verse. A couple more sunflowers glued on, and I will be done. And there you go. So have fun with it, and don't forget just to let God lead you and to have fun with it, and just keep them in your heart as you're doing it. Again, you can purchase the printables at BibleJournalingMinistries.com/store. So I hope this tutorial encouraged you to dive deeper into the Word. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can be notified when we release new videos. And I hope you enjoyed our time together, because I did, and I really enjoy showing you guys new techniques that can be used in your Bible or anywhere. So enjoy, and God bless.